evaluation questions. So here really honing in on numbers, different groups that continue to side with or vote against their interests. You're going to hear me always say to any pro or any anti-democracy push. I get it. People talked about that there was all of this spoilage of over expenditures, etc. Again, you didn't have to take this way. This supports a larger narrative. Now, us knowing all of that from 2016, going forward and looking at where we are today, big bill, what's happening in Texas. So we're going to always raise in these conversations to the interest groups. Not special interests, but the interest groups that benefited prior to these new policies and what's happening in Texas. We're going to ask the question. I'm going to ask the question of, ladies, I respect you, I advocate for you, you should have ultimate rights and control. You have for so long, with all due respect, and again, I'm asking based on the numbers and no balance. I come from a matriarch, I argue that. I mean, self-acknowledging, yes, truth can do it. In basketball, Jesus Christ, I guess I can do it as well as it relates to what my understanding is of policy based on my profession and how long I've been doing it. So I'm going to say, and I'm a policy junkie, so I don't always speak by way of policies that I study, but I study a lot. And so I have to raise when I look at the questions. And let me say, ladies, heard me also raise this to Black, Brown, and Hispanics. And if you have not, please go to the YouTube, because I do indirectly and sometimes directly. But we need to focus on this. We need to ask ourselves the question. And I'm going to say and share a little bit of my findings leading up to the Harris-Tim ticket. Ladies acknowledge to me, and I appreciate those. I won't cite them who they are. The sampling of the individuals that participated in my vow was Black, white, Asian, Spanish. So here that there was a consistent theme of failure was a deciding factor. One was failure on the nationals, which I thought was interesting. They qualified that by way of Hillary and some others. So it hurt to hear it, but again, when you're a student of such, you just sit back and then go study it. Kind of their findings, and I saw, I can understand perspective, let's just say. Then you looked at Harris, who they actually had smaller layer of hope in some respect of the newness. So everyone had that, not just ladies. There was 90 days to run for president of the United States, and I want to say ladies were feeling enthused, but I also want to say that ladies, based on the record, did not vote with. And so the question becomes, in my mind, is that based on race, based on gender, based on a combination of things? Let's start that roundtable, because, ladies, we need to hear from you to be able to directly impact several steps of taking back democracy, right? And what's interesting about the reason that I raise it here is because your data continues to suggest that you vote against your interests. Every policy that's come out of Washington under the Trump administration versus 2016 versus now has been against you. Get it that Texas and some of the ruling classes and courts are working against you. Get it that you now have to migrate to different states as it sits now to get certain reproductive rights. And now with the slashing and cuts of Medicaid and Medicare, etc., again, mortality rates will climb. So ladies, help me help you with this question. How come in every election of importance, is it really the economics? Is it really race? Is it really gender? Or is there other angles that we're not looking? And again, I'm asking for exploratory. I will invite people on to sharing perspective. I want you to really understand that my questioning is entrenched in data from elections, more so national, not local. But here that when I start to look at, again, and I'm not just raising it to you, Black folks will have the same conversation